Please.
Thank you, Dr. Parul, for the kind introduction and making me part of this instruction course. And I was going through the names and the topics. It seems that this instruction course has been designed very planly way, and you are very carefully selected the important, very important topics. And you have also chosen the excellent speakers who have put on long years of practice, and they all do the glaucoma practice for many years to contribute to their experience and share their experience to us. To give a bit little layout of the topics, I would like to each aspect of this surgery is very, very important. Just surgery is just a single part, but I can tell you the trabeculectomy is not the end of the problem. And many people say it's the beginning of the problem. If you keep this thing in mind, that doing the surgery may not be that difficult for you because you have been doing it for a long time. But doing a trab is the starting point of the trouble in the glaucoma management. So keep that thing in mind. If you keep that thing in mind, then of course you take every bit of the care, starting from the case selection, which one to choose, which surgery for which type of glaucoma, staging of the glaucoma and all that. You take all the precautions preoperatively, intraoperatively, and postoperatively, and the control of intraocular pressure preoperatively, stopping certain drugs which will cause bleeding on the table, which will cause change in the blood aqueous barrier and will cause more of inflammation. And you must see that the drugs which will increase rather decrease the wound healing also avoided for little time. So preparing the conjunctival bed for little time, maybe a few days before the surgery, giving the steroid drops might help. But the intraocular part, intraoperative part is extremely, extremely important. But one thing you must keep in mind, hypotony is the mother of all the troubles preoperatively and the intraoperatively and postoperatively. You must see that at no point of time hypotony is created during surgery and after surgery. The way to prevent is to see that the antechamber is not flattened up, even during surgery. Forming the antechamber after the end of the surgery has no values. Why that is important is the moment the antechamber is flat and there is hypotony, there is immediate choroidal expansion. And the moment choroidal expansion is, choroid is normally 480 microliters in volume, and the antechamber has got only 150 microliters in volume. So a little bit of expansion, maybe 20% expansion of the choroid is enough to eliminate the antechamber by 2/3. So if you keep that thing in mind, at no point of time during your surgery or even after this surgery, antechamber should not be allowed to flatten up. That means you can avoid hypotony and all the further complications of hypotony. That is something which has to be kept in mind. And postoperative follow-up again is extremely important. And age-old teaching is always also true for this case. The prevention is better than the management postoperatively. And for a persistent increased intraocular pressure on the postoperative period, I must tell you three very, very important and practical points that we sometimes forget about the steroid response because we are giving steroid for a little higher dose for little time. And surprisingly, especially in young patients, the steroid response is too high. And it happens even in few days' time. So the steroid response has to be kept in mind. Keep in mind the second aspect, that the resistance to a drug. The pressure is high postoperatively and you have started medications. And in fact, some medications may not be working. So you must keep the resistance of the drug in mind. Third thing, you must keep in mind the hypersensitivity reaction to a drug. That means drug is acting paradoxically, is increasing intraocular pressure. causing the swallowing the antechamber. For example, the dorzolamide in form of systemic, given in systemic form, otherwise in the local form, is a notorious drug, I can tell you. Will be causing intraocular pressure, will increasing the depth of the chamber problem. It causes swallowing the antechamber. So be aware of all these medication, all these aspects in the post-operative time. Thank you. Thank you very much, Parul. I think we'll go ahead with the topics now.
Thank you.